Welcome back, guys, and we are gonna be moving on now to our lower bracket finals. It looks like we are gonna be starting things off, but of course, where else? On Lijiang Tower, our classic map. I mean, I've seen Nepal a few times as our first map, but Lijiang Tower proves to be the more popular map pick in these games. So I'm your host Dax, and we are gonna get ready to get underway. This is the lower bracket matchup, so in the meantime, let's just check out the map pool right there. Lijiang Tower has been locked up, and it's gonna be between WAE of Korea, who did fall to Pantheon Korea a while ago, versus Green Leaves, who just won their match against Team GXG. So 3 Korean teams in the contenders trials for Pacific, as well as 1 Japanese team. So shout outs to those guys for moving on in. But this is now a matter of seeding and who will move on to the open division championship. Looks like both teams are ready to go. The streamers are ready to go. And we can go underway to start things off here on Lijiang Tower. Let's go with our games.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
It's these familiar chimes of Lijiang Tower and a familiar garden to boot. So welcome, guys, to the lower bracket finals between WAE Gaming and Green Leaves. So this matchup, the flags are mixed up a bit, but this matchup here is WAE fell from the upper bracket to go to the lower bracket one due to their loss against Pantheon Korea. So whichever team wins this one is gonna face off against GE Pantheon Korea. GE PKR, honestly, solid team there with a lot of support from their organization. But anyway, these two teams have something to prove, and it's gonna be the Berry squad between Berry and Blueberry here for We Are Eternal. I love those guys. On the other hand, here on the other side, gonna be the red team, Green Leaves, gonna go for their standard goats. And what me and John were talking about a while ago, John, who was my co-caster, they employed this goat strategy very well. They are absolutely exceptional in playing the goats in the first place. Green Leaves right now trying to stay on. They're just waiting for an opportunity to strike. In the meantime, We Are Eternal making it rain, has the fire and the Junkrat, and honestly good positioning there from We Are Eternal to get onto the point. This has to be Green Leaves try to engage on in. Snyder now with the takedown onto Belita. Green Leaves try to set on up once again. Backs up with the takedown onto one. Gonna try to speed boost onto point. It's not gonna be enough. We Are Eternal has to concede. Green Leaves, on the other hand, taking control, and this is gonna be the hard part. To try and siege against a Goats comp will be an absolute struggle for the Korean squad. The Reinhardt trying to set in play. Good fire strike there. Gets a D-Mech onto Berry with some help from 2F1. Fire strike now comes on out. There's the sun onto Nanoflower. He gets taken down. In the meantime, the fire up in the sky, just making it rain some rockets. But it's gonna be a light drizzle thanks to all that healing there coming out from the Moira. We also have a rally here from Hoshimi. So Green Leaves right now having the proper positioning that they need to stay on to the point. Blueberry here just giving the damage boost as well too. The Farah here, Rocket Barrage now is available, and WAE trying to get a position onto the point. Shatter comes on out, and we have the Valkyrie as well as Sound Barrier in response. Gibraltar now ripping its way to get to the middle ground, and Hoshimi is the one who gets torn apart by the shrapnel. Sound Barrier in response, and F1 does pop the Graviton Surge, will lead to a kill. Rocket Barrage as cover, we will get the D-Mech onto one, but Pokey with the suicide play gets into the fight. Seraphin now with the takedown onto Belita, wants to get the kill onto Blueberry as well, but Nanoflower popping that Primal Rage, gaining them some hits onto the Zarya, high energy, low HP, getting booped around, will get taken down. The only one left is Hoshimi. Look at how he's trying. He tried his best to stay in the corner, but he got taken down as soon as the barrier fell. So We Are Eternal now finally getting the point back. Blueberry getting a stepping stone as well thanks to that Winston. On the other hand, Green League's gonna switch things out. Interesting to note, they are gonna go for the Sombra, try and ground the Farah from the sky. We Are Eternal now looking for an opportunity to get a shotgun out onto the oncoming Green Leaf squad. And here we go, Green Leaves now onto the right hand side. Self-destruct is available. So Naira tossing out the self-destruct. There's gonna be a self-destruct here as well from the side of VR Eternal. Not really gonna get much. There's the boost on in. Self-destruct to the side. Will lead to a kill. No, it won't. Nano Flower now on the left-hand side. Just stalking F1 PH. Sharafi with a takedown onto the Riptide. Good shot down there of the Junkrat ultimate. And Belita gets felled by the Moira. The aggression here from the supports of Green Leaves, giving them the kill onto the Junkrat. But now they lack the healing to actually take the fight to the We Are Eternal Gaming Squad. The Blueberry building the res now onto Belita. The Junkrat getting free reign to get some shots out. There's the Coalescence now from Skyfall. Getting the longest range with the Kamehame. But Green Leaves, so again, taking control now of the point. Their superior attack numbers just stifling the oncoming defense. Blueberry hopping on, gets immediately destroyed. And 80% now here for the side of Green League's. Garrett Surge is available. On the other hand, Rocket Barrage here for WAE can be used as covering fire once again. Could have been effective there a while ago. The Graviton Surge was counteracted by the presence of the Rocket Barrage, but still wasn't enough there for WAE a while ago. This time, they might be singing a different story. Yes, it will, because it's the Pharaoh Shatter, stunned and taken down. Perfect grab. What an ERP coming out from Hoshimi. The point now heavily in favor of the side of Green Leaves. We see a res from the side of WAE as well. Rocket Barrage now comes on out, and that's a takedown. Self-destruct popped by Berry, but can Berry stay alive this time, or will he be ripe enough for the harvest thanks to these tanks? It's gonna be the Reinhardt now mushing the Berry, trying to make it into a fine pace. The mech just flying on out. Coalescence comes on out now from Skyfall, just hammering away with the beam. Belita really low, gets taken down. And that's gonna be a Doomfist pick now for the side of WAE. Bio Orb in play to try and do some damage. In the meantime, Blueberry has switched over to the Wrecking Ball. Cause a little chaos. Good Winston as well. The boop there from Serapi actually slowing down the Hammond in that fight. Shatter now comes on out, and that's gonna be released in control of this point. Still, we do have a stagger, however, and still contest from Baksa. Finally gets taken down. There's the Diva as well. KD mech falls apart. And the red team of Green Leaves takes the first point. And this is what we're afraid of. This is what WAE was afraid of as well. A team that plays an exceptional GOATs. Green Leaves is that team. Can WAE get into the fight here on Control Center? Green Leaves have been absolutely solid so far, and moving on to Control Center might make them a little more comfortable in their element. Honestly, the GOATs effective in all three maps of Lijiang Tower, but at the same time, with Green Leaves, the thing about the Green Leaves squad is they struggle a little bit on Garden compared to the other two maps, and now with them winning Garden, they have such a wide berth to try and deal with this. On the other hand, WAE playing creative once again, goes for the Mei, but the Sleep Dart already connecting, Nose Ice Wall into play. There's Sonara going for the charge, doesn't really get a kill, but finally gets to with one hammer swing, the Ice Wall, little too late. And what a perfect Sleep Dart there coming out from Skyfall. His Green Leaves already heavily in control of the point. They don't even have it yet, but they already know that they can push in for the spawn camp. Control point now being taken. We have Belita trying to go for the Ice Wall engage, and it's gonna be the Reinhardt and the Zarya caught off, but F1 with the takedown. So Naira gets traded. Pokey really needs that bubble, but doesn't have it for the time being. Sleep Dart once again connects from the side of Skyfall. This guy has been so clutch with those 5-second disables. WAE now trying to go on in, misses the Sleep Dart there onto F1. In the meantime, we have a Graviton Surge from the side of the Zarya. He falls, however, but it's still Green Leaves in control of the point. Barry now really low, gets taken down by a grenade onto the Ana and the Lucio. Sleep Dart connects onto the charging Reinhardt, but that's not gonna be enough. Not gonna be enough at all. Blueberry as well as Baksa have to back off. Sadly, the Ana falling in that engaging. Sonara and Skyfall now ready with their ultimates. The rally should be up as well. On the other hand, what WA wants to do, try to counter this with the Graviton Surge, push on in with the speed boost, and Barry now looking for a target. There's the grab on the 4. Huge Graviton from Barry. Fire Grenade is played as well. And that's going to be a set of picks going the way of the WAE squad. Solid play so far. Good turnaround play, and Baksa with that speed boost just leading the charge. Blueberry tossing the Bio Grenade as well. Solid stuff so far from WAE. The rally now is available. On the other hand, here comes Green Leaves. There you go onto the right hand side. Rotating already is WAE. And it's gonna be a debate. They're gonna try to catch him off guard. What a play there from Green Leaves. Playing exactly as meticulously as they can. Literally reverse psychology right there. Playing at exactly to spec. And that's a team kill. Solid stuff from the side of Green Leaves. I just love it. They popped the rally with the speed boost, so they would have the speed advantage, and WAE didn't know what hit them. Now Blizzard though, popped by Belita. It gets eaten up by the Diva Mech. Solid play there from Pokey. F1 with a takedown onto one. This is Green Leaves now stuck in the corner, and this is the Baby Diva getting taken down. Stun came out there from the side of Sunaira. 2 kills going the way of the defense, and there's a Soundbarrier. So gonna try to turn this around with the Brigitte, the Ana, and the Lucio. But can the 3 supports actually handle this? Skyfall will be the sacrificial lamb in this fight. In the meantime, here comes the rest of We Are Eternal. Barry getting on to the point. Sunaira now speed boosted in, and Hoshimi with the takedown onto the Ana. Gravitar Surge comes out, and the Baxa with that sound barrier whittling down. Self-destruct connects instead, and Pokey with the kill onto Barry. Now 1-for-1 trade happening onto the point. We also have the rally. We also have a Doofus here from Skyfall. Can he get a pick or two? Flying into the sky, wants to get a takedown. 2 have fallen so far for the side of We Are Eternal. Baxa getting tossed off the point. And that's gonna be Green Leaves taking the first map.
Play of the game.
Solid chatter right there. And I love that this is play of the game. It really highlights how smart Green Leaves play that. Rally with speed boost gives you the positional advantage. Get through to the center. That's gonna be them taking the first point. And look at that. Look at that. Just all the cards going their way. Stellar stuff there from the side of Green Leaves. Well-deserved victory right there. And we'll move on to map number 2. What will it be of the escort map title? It's a real question. It just goes to show, like, here we go again. The goats, absolutely stellar, and they get the kills here and there. We'll see if WAE can actually change it by. We are gonna move on to Gibraltar next. Well, interesting to have Gibraltar over Rialto, but maybe the way I've seen WAE play this series so far, the series is all throughout the playoffs, is the fact that they have these strategies on hand, and they're just able to whip them out on these specific maps. So we'll just get confirmation real quick. Yes, we do get Gibraltar for our next map. We are gonna choose the sides real quick, and it looks like WAE will be on that first defense, and on the other hand, Green Leaves on the attack. Just getting ready to go with our game. These two teams, absolutely stellar play, have made it this far. But who will actually make it to the grand finals? Will it be Green Leaves, or will it be We Are Eternal Gaming? We shall see throughout our series. That Lijiang Tower game, like, the moment Control Center came, Green Leaves just had this different kind of psyche in them. Sleep darts connecting there perfectly, and the door-to-door play. I really can't get over that. But anyway, we can finally move on to Watchpoint Gibraltar. Back on the Rock of Gibraltar in the Overwatch base. Let's move on with our game. So map number 2 gonna be We Are Eternal Gaming on the first defense. So the real question is, will they actually run the Torb? Will they actually go for the Torbjorn play in this one? A popular strategy nowadays is the Orisa Torbjorn with one healer. The funny thing is, Torbjorn is gonna be changed pretty soon. So we'll see if it will be enough here for We Are Eternal Gaming. And exactly as I said it, there you go. There's the Torbjorn already there for Baxa. We also see the Orisa here for Nano Flower. We have a Junkrat, and the Junkrat is pretty essential, to be honest. The Junkrat is there for that burst damage when they go for the dive, as well as the peel potential. Real question is, will it be enough here for the We Are Eternal Gaming squad against the oncoming freight train that is gonna be Green Leaves? And with Green Leaves, they have to change up their lineup a little bit, cause Watchpoint Gibraltar isn't as friendly to goats as you would think. The high ground inaccessible to many of the Siege comp heroes. They have to go for the dive instead. Interesting to note, they have the Roadhog and the Orisa locked in. They're probably gonna change that up. Oh, is this serious? What is this lineup? They're gonna go for they're gonna go for the 4-tank composition, which isn't very bad. Orisa with the hold, and there's the hook. Barry gets taken down. Perfect start there from Green Leaves. So I'm just trying to figure out the lineup right here, and it makes sense now. Green Leaves gonna have the double barrier with the Reinhardt and the Orisa. They can easily tank whatever shots the Torbjorn will do. Hoshimi will try to go for the hook as well. On the other hand, here's Serafi on the Brigitte, always standard to play. Just keep them in tip-top fighting shape. Skyfall, of course, on the Moira. Belita now getting hooked up and taken down. Honestly, an unfortunate chain of events here for the side of We Are Eternal. A barrier burst, but will it be enough? Kagan is going for another barrier. That's F1 putting up his. Serafi has his own barrier as well. The payload now close to the end. Barry going for the contest. Good barrier grenade from Blueberry, but they didn't really want to do that. They don't want to use the barrier grenade too offensively because they only have one healer. Some sustenance coming out now. The biofield from the Soldier 786, and there's the hook. There's the kills going the way of Green Leaves. Belit's now getting torn apart. And Green Leaves pushing on in with a very interesting lineup, 4-tap and the victory. Payload now has been delivered to the first checkpoint. So, stellar stuff here from Green Leaves. They're not gonna switch off now to a Diva. Will they switch out the Orisa as well? So Nairo playing extremely aggressively with the staggers, gets rid of the Ana. So far so good right now here for Green Leaves. They're gonna be able to go for the push on in. It's gonna be WAE switching things out. We have the Reinhardt Diva good for contesting on the high ground, as well as a Junkrat, Genji, Zen, Ana. So pseudo hybrid lineup here from We Are Eternal. There's the hook, will lead to kill, not this time. Rally comes on out. Serafi going for the push. There's a Nano boost this time onto Nano Flower. There's the charge, doesn't really get much. Barry with a takedown, however, onto F1. Pool Hog is pop. Hoshimi just trying to get a pick. They're pushing the Reinhardt all the way to the end. Green Leaves able to go for the push, and then it's gonna be Riptide now from Belita looking for a target. The Orisa staying alive thanks to the 45. Supercharger is available, and now Barry in Dire Straits has to back on out. Green Leaves still holding on with this heavy tank composition. Will allow WAE to charge up their ults pretty quickly thanks to the hitboxes and enlarged health pools there for the tanks. Hook comes on out, doesn't really get the kill. Supercharger now expires, and Skyfall shows up out of nowhere with the takedown. Green Leaves now pushing on in. Very low, gets taken down. Belita dies as well. For now, it's Green Leaves just heavily control of this. So they did have a strategy here for Watchpoint Gibraltar. Interesting to note that they're very prepared for these matchups. Second bite now might be taken. We have a dash in, but it's too late for the Genji. Hoshimi with the takedown, and Barry will try to sweep on the way. The Ana and the Diva now caught in a rock and a hard place. That's gonna be a takedown there. So what WAE now is up to is they really have to switch up their lineup, try and contest this Reinhardt Orisa pairing. Very rare, but just the shield potential and the amount of protection they give to the payload is almost unparalleled, to be honest. Nana Flower gonna be moving over to the Wrecking Ball, a pretty decent disruptor. Just go for the pile driver and try the best to actually get these kills. Self-destructo comes on out, leads to no kills. Nana boosted Genji trying to do some damage, but look at how tanky the composition here from Green Leaves. WAE doesn't get any kills. Thanks to the rally, thanks to the coalescence. Belita now finally with the takedown. The rips are always omnipotent, getting those kills onto various heroes. The Orisa is the first target. WAE though still losing ground in this fight. Here comes the Bolo, and then now to Nano Flower. And the problem with the lineup here for Green Leaves now is the Wrecking Ball will have free reign to roll around. You see the Earth Shatter, it does get the 2 tanks. Lieutenant is popped in response. Good hold right there, and Supercharger is up as well. So a lot more damage here for the tank line. Really not enough still to get rid of the Wrecking Ball. Self-destruct now into the sky, gets a kill onto Sonairo. And for Green Leaves, they look like they're on the retreat. They know their lineup isn't gonna work out anymore. They're gonna go back into the spawn instead. Not gonna try any longer, not gonna stagger themselves any longer. Good discipline here. We see now the double sniper composition. Zenyatta is played as well. And Serafi gonna be on the Mercy. So this is something older. Gonna go for the dive double sniper with the Mercy. Zen. Green Leaves right now gonna be a little bit off their comfort zone. Well, these guys are very flexible. You can see that they really love running the goats, really love running those tank heavy composition lineups. And for now, Green Leaves will try to can do this as we do have mines now popped up. Dragon Blade is out and about. Nano Blade getting 2 kills so far. This is what WAE wants. This is a fight they would love to take, and with their swaps, it forced Green Leaves to actually swap out of the goats. The real question is, was this a response swap that WAE wanted in the first place? Do they feel like they can contend with a lineup like this a lot easier than the goats comp, than those tank heavy comps there from Green Leaves? On the other hand, Belita still has been the enforcer no matter what composition the opponent has. The Riptire has been able to get those kills as much as they can. Or F1 gonna climb on up, but it's gonna be Belita now ripping the tire up and looking for a way to get the kill with the shrapnel. Pokey with the takedown onto one, but he'll be able to return the favor there onto the Hanzo. So WAE in control of the outside area here of Gibraltar. Serafi as well as the Hanzo trying to stay alive. It's gonna be Hoshimi here being nano boosted up, and this will be another composition switch here from Green Leaves. They know it's not really working out. We see the Luge de Brigitte. We still have the Zen. So it's gonna be 2-1-3 here for the side of Green Leaves. They won't go for the Moira. Instead, they're gonna try to use the damage potential from Skyfall to make this work. Transcendence now will be into play in just a bit, but Self-Destruct doesn't get much from the side of WAE. Good Bio Grenade there to put the Reinhardt in a precarious situation. But for now, Barry just tossing out some trash damage, not allowing Hoshimi to get the hack on out. Harmony is there on Subaxa, trying to stay alive in this fight. And the payload finally getting the movement that they need. Nano Flower dropping the mines will lead to any kills. The Lucius stuck in the spot, almost gets taken down. Transcendence in response just cleared the minefield out. And a minute remaining here for Green Leaves. Hoshimi out once again in the backline. Nano Blade out into play. Gets a cut above onto 3 so far. WAE knows exactly where the strategy is. Get that blue glowing orb onto the Genji. And just watch the sparks fly. The beautiful blade dance there from WAE. And they're still holding on to this defense. On the other hand, Hoshimi Sonairo ready with 2 ultimates. The EMP rather, very crucial in this fight. If the Earth Shatter gets on unconnected onto the most members of WAE, they're gonna pretty much be able to finish the push in this one. But Belita has switched over to the McCready in the previous fight, and the Deadeye now is locked. He's gonna launch it, looking for a way to get the target down. Gets a shot onto the Reinhardt, just won't be enough. 10 seconds remaining, and again she does fall, but Nano Flower will counter it with a takedown onto Skyfall. Self-destruct is there, will be able to blow up the Winston in that fight. Barry now launching his own nuke, gonna lead to a kill. No, it won't, no stun here, but Green Leaves has the advantage. They had the rally, and they're gonna go for the push. Nano boost now onto the Genji, and this is for WAE to get the Dragon Blade in the first place. Perfect deflect to stay alive. Skyfall switching over to the Doomfist, and WAE biding their time. They want to have a good position here for the Genji to pop the Dragon Blade up on top. Finally gets it to the backline. Sound barrier in response. So sadly, the Blade won't really get much. Chatter came on out as well, not getting any targets so far. Believe the only one on the floor. Skyfall punching him away, and there's the EMP that we were all looking for. Here comes Green Leaves looking for the advantage. Baxado popping the Transcendence. Rally now comes on out from the side of F1. Skyfall under a lot of pressure, but still Blueberry gets picked apart. Diana now out of the fight, so less healing here for WAE. The Sombra now on the prowl for the Zenyatta. Both of them playing extremely cheekily. Huge self-destruct there from Pokey. Gets the last 3 players of the side of WAE, and Green Leaves gonna be able to finish the cap of the map. So after numerous switches there from We Are Eternal, they were still able to they weren't still able to actually finish it out. Green Leaves rather. They tried the best with their 4-tap composition and it got them 2 points. So kudos to that very interesting strategy. But now we're gonna see them on the defense. Well, what they run. I enjoy the fact that Green Leaves has scouted out WAE well. Not only in terms of the strategies, but just how they play. Very, very creatively. To a fault sometimes. Just trying out these wacky compositions to make it work. Able to get the kills. The Symmetra on Horizon. Torbjorn here on Gibraltar. But Green Leaves can be creative too. The Arisa Reinhardt, not something many people would actually think about in the first place. Solid judgment call there from Green Leaves, and now they are gonna go for the dive on defense as a standard here on Gibraltar. You can never go wrong with the dive. Just take control of the high ground. On the other hand, WAE would want to try and get revenge for the whole combo at the start. We see Nana Flower on the Orisa, and we have a road out here for WAE. Will they stick on to this? That is the real question. Looking at the positioning here for Green Leaves, they're already primed to actually jump on in, but it looks like they're gonna actually concede most of the first area, the first corner of Gibraltar. They're gonna play inside the cavern instead of the outside area. There's the halt. Doesn't really get much. No diva this time for the side of Green Leaves. They don't want to have a similar experience. Good shot there from Hashimi, getting the headshot on the Roadhog, but won't be enough. Green Leaves now rotating on in. The Widowmaker trying to get a shot out. Doesn't get much. There's the Sombra showing out of it over Belita, almost getting to kill onto the Widow, but Hashimi stays alive by the skin of his teeth, literally. Hack now comes on out, and Sonairo powerless to jump on out. Exactly what you need to deal with a Winston in the first. Is Pokey gonna fly on down. He's gonna do the hokey pokey in this one. There's the hack once again, and now the Diva losing thrusters, running out of Jet Fuel, and apparently the bullets can melt steel mechs, and Green Leaves losing members left and right. WAE having a pretty solid attack so far. It has been a minute. The payload already reaching halfway to the first checkpoint. For the side of Green Leaves, they will do some switches. There's gonna be a Wrecking Ball as well as a Pharmacy and a Junkrat this time. Skyfall on the other hand, staying alive in most of this fight. Almost 100% to that ultimate. Can pop the Transcendence in this fight. Gonna drop on down already. Will pop it, hopefully lead to a kill. Yes, it will do. But then Violate there from the Ana. EMP now comes on out. Can WA push on in? Pokey in Dire Straits gets taken down. A nano boosted Whole Hog doing a lot of damage here from the side of WAE. It gets to F1 up on top. Will drop down. Valkyrie now from Serafi to try and keep Pokey alive. But there's the hack. The Wrecking Ball without speed is a slow one. Sonairo though has been struggling all throughout the game. This might be the Winston's time to shine. Sleep Dart connects, and it's too late. He didn't go for the damage as he was hiding from the self-destruct, so he gets torn apart by the hook of attacking squad. Gonna be WAE getting the first checkpoint of Gibraltar. Skyfall getting staggered at the end, but still successful here for WAE. They're gonna be able to go for the push. We now have a Brigitte here for Hoshimi. And I wouldn't be surprised if Green Leaves decides to go for the Goats comp already. Interesting to note that Pokey's still on that Wrecking Ball. Will probably switch out now after his death. F1 has the Reptile as well, so the Junkrat will be more of an initiating ultimate because it looks like they want to switch this out. EMP comes from Belitza, Sound Barrier there as well, but still not enough. F1 with a takedown on to 2. So the Wrecking Ball is still in to play. The Mines wants to be used, and it's going to be an explosive fest here from the side of Green Leaves with the Wrecking Ball and the Junkrat in play. The dive now comes on out, and Sonairo just getting some revenge here from that initial first checkpoint picks. Belita forced back on out, and really have to stay on the Sombra to know where she is exactly. Can't really see him from the perspective of the defending team. But anyway, the payload now at the corner. The two teams trying to figure out where each other is gonna come from. So for now, WA gonna go through to the left-hand side. We have the Mines Prime. Primal Rage is popped as well, but taking a nap here for the Winston. having sweet dreams of better cages, better peanut butter or something. WAE forced to back on out as Barry getting D-Mech and taken apart by the grenade spam. The Junkrat having free reign in this one, and welcome to Hangar. There are 4 doors for you to choose from. Just never go into the one that the Junkrat is tossing grenades at. A supercharger now has been popped. Why did I hear a supercharger? I feel like I just heard some ghost audio in that one. But anyway, Green leaves up on top with the Junkrat Ana and will contest with Tsunairo down below. Nana boost right now and a good Bio Grenade as well to put the 2 tanks in a precarious situation. Skyfall with a takedown onto the Genji. Here's the Riptide once again letting it rip. Gets the takedown. Rally comes on out. Hoshimi with the shield bash. There they have the D-Mech onto Barry, who has to fight to try and get the stagger. The Diva getting staggered so heavily in this one. No one going for the kill. Finally, there's the takedown. Fernando Green leaves heavily in control. Honestly, they can take control of 50% of the openings here with just 2 abilities. Left click from Junkrat and Mines from Poki. On the other hand, WAE wants to go for the big blade. We do see the trap onto the Genji. That's a takedown. Serafi shows up and just gives him some tinnitus in that fight. EMP now from Belitza with a kill onto 1. Nano Flower as well. Nano boosted, just blooming with the electricity. But there's a stun now from the Brigitte. Primal Rage is available. Nano Flower jumping onto the backline to try and get some damage done. Sunfire now is prime. Self-destruct in the middle of the mines. We'll just get rid of all of them. There's the stun, however. Barry can't get back into the mech. Hoshimi with the takedown. Hacks now come on out, and interesting to note that F1 after the death on that Junkrat has switched over to the Sombra. It looks like Green Leaves was waiting for that to happen since the very start, but the Junkrat just staying alive. F1's like, don't worry guys, I got this with his Riptires. So Green Leaves still in control of the point. We now have a Primal Rage here from Nano Flower. F1's just like, never mind, that's fine. WAE finally getting the push they need. Sleep Dart onto Poki. Dive comes on out once again, and we have the rally. The Sombra with a pickup onto 1. In the meantime, the Dragon Blade should be out here for WAE. Will they use it in this fight? No, they already know they have lost. There's the hack anyway onto the Genji. Poki pushing on by, wants to get the kill, gets the takedown onto the Genji. And look how Green Leaves is just taking control of this. Once again, it's Skyfall with the sleep darts. This guy has been giving so many nap times there, having some coupons maybe to some pillows. Green Leaves taking control of any kindergarten with Skyfall in their lineup. 24 seconds remaining, and finally the Nano Blade can be used in this fight. The only opportunity left here for WAE. Blade is brought out. Serafi just laughs at this. The Ana of Skyfall just gets away. There's the debate, and he stays alive. Now 2 kills going the way of the side of the defense. Finally, there is the kill onto the Genji from Serafi, and that was absolutely unfortunate from WAE. Barry gets blown apart by the mines as well. And there's the Sandbar now from backside. It's too late. It's too late. Green Leaves takes the win on Gibraltar in a dominant fashion. That last fight was an absolute head scratcher there from We Are Eternal. Play of the game now going the way of the Genji. This wasn't a Nano Blade at the end, guys. He just got super out. But this was a big blade at a defense. Just look how he swoops on in up top, then just dives down like a hawk. WAE with the play of the game, but they don't get the victory. Some even cards there, but really goes to show how dominant the Green Leaf squad was at defense. But anyway, that's round number 2 done and dusted. So Gibraltar going the way of Green Leaves. Now they're just 1 win away from a date with GEPKR in the grand finals, which will be a best of 7. Map number 3 should be an assault map, and we might see a switch or 2 here from the side of WAE. The question is, will they go for Horizon? Yes, they will. Good scouting there, honestly, by We Are Eternal. Green Leaves showed to have struggled immensely on Horizon Lunar Colony a while ago, even just more or less throwing their own defense after not getting any ticks. So Horizon Lunar Colony is where we will go. Can we have confirmation for that? Yes, we do. There you go. Horizon gonna be into play. Green Leaves already kicking themselves like, why do I have to play this map? This is gonna be so terrible for us. But Very smart pick there from We Are Eternal. Can they keep this up? That is the real question. Can they actually capitalize on the Horizon Lunar Colony pick? So we are gonna take a quick little break. As Green Leaves, what I feel they're like, Green Leaves is like, okay, we need a 3-minute break, and I feel like they're gonna discuss this. Like, guys, how do we do this? How do we actually run? How do we actually run Horizon Lunar Colony? That is the real question in this fight. So I feel like they need to switch out their tank strategy. They keep going left and the Lucia just goes on ahead. They really need to maybe try and contest the top part first before getting onto the point. At the same time, for We Are Eternal, we already know what they're gonna fixate on. They're gonna go for the Symmetra play, which they play really well, honestly, on that map. Can Green Leaves counter it with the goats? That is the real question. But they're on Gibraltar. You could see how flexible Green Leaves could be, and We Are Eternal just struggling to even get inside. Very map. The Green Leaves guys just very map oriented with their defense. The Junkrat and the Wrecking Ball, then the switch there to the Sombra. They just go for the hacks. Absolutely stellar coordination there from Green Leaves. On the other hand, We Are Eternal, just that last push, extremely lackluster. They had this Nano Blade, they knew they had to use it then, but at the same time, Green Leaves already knew it was coming, so it was completely telegraphed in that fight. But anyway, enough about that. Horizon Lunar Colony is where we will go up to the moon. It feels like round 3 is where the map picks start differentiating a lot. It feels like people expect Anubis, but we've been seeing Horizon lately a little more than usual. Maybe it's due to the fact that Green Leaves is playing and you can see the weakness in it. Or conversely, Temple Anubis isn't as cracked up, sorry about that, as it is. On the other hand, by round 2, it's a rarity to actually get Gibraltar in the first place. You usually see Rialto, a more popular pick thanks to its versatility, and it's pretty much the King's Row of all escort maps in the first place. But anyway, I got nothing anymore. It's still these two teams. I'm a little rooting for Green Leaves just so we don't have a 2 Korean finals. I'm really impressed by Green Leaves with how well they play the goats. I love how Serafi plays as a Lucian main myself, and just the Japanese squad. Honestly, they're the other country now compared to the 3 Korean teams in the oncoming contenders trials. And who is actually gonna be who is actually going to be switched out? That is the real question. That's what I've been wondering. Who will be facing off in contenders trials in the next one? So it's going to be Nova Esports, New Paradigm, Mega Esports, and Incipients, the contenders bottom 4. So I believe that's 2 Korean teams, and then 1 Thai and 1 Singaporean team versus the upcoming 3 Koreans and 1 Japanese squad. And I honestly feel like we might see a full switch once again. Maybe, just maybe, Mega can stay, but it's more or less a hope and a prayer. I really hope to see Mega actually stay on if they can, for some extra Thai representation in the first race. Besides, of course, Savior Esports. But I feel like I would love to see Green Leaves in, just have another Japanese team out and about. Mega had the terrible experience. They had they lost all their matches. Yikes. Nova Esports 1-4. Oh, it's not. Nova is erratum. Nova is not Korean, it's Taiwanese. So we might be losing a Taiwanese team this time for one of the Korean teams. We'll see. But anyway, finally we can go into the moon and up to Horizon Lunar Colony. It's gonna be We Are Eternal on the first defense, and it's gonna be Green Leaves instead on the attack. So welcome guys to Horizon Lunar Colony, and Green Leaves now just 1 win away from match victory rather. This is their match point. If they take this, they're gonna be able to move on to a date with GEPKR in the grand finals. And will Green Leaves actually whip out the pocket shot here of We Are Eternal? Will they actually go for the Symmetra? That would be just an absolute dagger to the heart of We Are Eternal if they lose to the Symmetra composition. On the other hand, they go for the standard defense. Orisa Junkrat as is meta right now. We also have the Brigitte, Zen, Ana, as well as the Diva. Diva, of course, just so flexible. Not only in lineup potential, but just for contesting. Go up to the point, go down to for healing, and vice versa. And then with the mech as well, always giving you a second life. The Baby Diva mode, more or less a little useless, getting staggered a little bit. But at the same time, there's still that potential to get a second life, get back into the fight. Self-destruct, of course, such a potent ultimate if used correctly, and such a we call this zoning tool when used in panic modes. But anyway, it is gonna be We Are Eternal now, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Has the Junkrat Trap in place, and of course we see the goats here from Green Leaves. This time they're scouting things out. They don't want to have a repeat against the fight against GXG. They're gonna go on to the left hand side. They dodge the traps, and now they're pushing on in. Seraphim once again leading the charge alongside Skyfall. The Reinhardt trying to protect the rest of his team. The barrier though is broken. The real question is, will they wait on this? No, they won't. They're just gonna go for the point already. The Orisa trying to get some shots out. Nanoflower out on front. There's the hold onto the Zarya. But this really needs to be some kills going the way of WAE, because the first hit has been taken. Barry has been flying up and down as much as he can, literally running out of jet fuel into the spine. But the Orisa dies in the defense. Absolutely unfortunate here for the side of WAE, and this is gonna be Green Leaves in control of the point, taking it already. There'll be some staggers onto the Brigitte as well as the Ana as well. This is gonna be terrible here for the oncoming defense, because Blueberry all the way in the back line. The Ana staggered so heavily. And this is really smart here from Green Leaves. Sleep Dart does connect, so the Brigitte will have to come up a little later. The real question is, will Green Leaves go for the fight already as Blueberry is spawning? They're gonna go through to the center. The best way forward is the road. Easily taken, but it's not gonna be that. It's gonna be the left hand flank instead. Coalescence now comes on out. Riptire from the Junkrat doesn't really get much, poking with the takedown. Rallies come on out. The advantage here to the attack. Self-destruct is going to be into play in the corner. Doesn't get much. Graviton search this time. The nano boosted Winston staying alive. Sand barrier into play. Shatter comes out. Self-destruct to the right hand side. Transcendence though to keep the Winston topped up. And Nanoflower working and trying his best to bloom into a red monkey to try and go for the Primal Rage. Finally, there's a takedown onto the Moira. Solid stagger so far. Belita has switched over to the Reaper as well, but will it be enough to do the damage? He gets stunned up, gets taken down already by Ushimi. Naira on the other hand, all the way in the backline, charging back up. Here comes Barry, down goes Barry. Nanoflower now coming out the Primal Rage on the point, gets taken down after an awkward period. The Doomfist though back into the fight. Will it lead to a kill? Oh, Bastion here from Belita, exactly what they need. Can the blue team actually buy enough time for the Bastion to do their work? The Brigitte getting hit by a lot of bullets, however. And here comes the engage. Hoshimi with the takedown. There's another jump in, but Nanoflower now gets caught out, gets taken down. Will this be enough? Barry getting taken apart. Here comes the Doofus once again into the fight. Gets felled by Skyfall, who has switched over to his own, giving him a punch of retribution. And Horizon Lunar Colony is now the stomping grounds of Green Leaves. They know how to play this map now. And it's absolutely terrible here for We Are Eternal Gaming. Even if they finish up the map, they might be at a time disadvantage, to say the least. Look at that, 5:17 on the time bank. Absolutely stellar play here from the side of Green Leaves. Looks like on the defense, just to go for the goats. Not even a bad choice in the first place. Can play on the point, can just run around the map as 6, cue the Benny Hill music. But in any case, Horizon Lure Colony will be an absolute jungle for both squads in the upcoming round. On the other hand, We Are Eternal Gaming might go for a sniper play. But there you go, we get confirmation here. We are gonna get the full goats here from Green Leaves, running the 3-3 as much and as potent as they can. It really makes sense. The Green Leaves, you know, grass, whatever, plants, and goats eat them. So it's like the goats transfer whatever goats knowledge they have to the Green League squad. That is an absolutely terrible thing to actually think about in the first place. I'm like, how does that even make sense? But whatever, Green Leaves right now has been running this to an absolute T, to be honest. The GOAT's honestly now synonymous with how Green Leaves has been playing it. The real question is, will it be enough to secure the win? There's the symmetry now from WAE. They're still gonna go for it. We know. Everyone knows now. Everyone who has watched either this stream or the other one knows that We Are Eternal loves the symmetry play onto the point. Not a bad strategy in the first place. So We Are Eternal gonna go from the left hand side. Blueberry on the other hand going for the Moira instead. So we'll see how We Are Eternal can actually play this. There's the teleporter now onto the point. Gets onto it with the turret up and primed. The test now comes on out. Hoshimi getting torn apart by the turrets. Perfect timing there from the Symmetra, the Brigitte, as well as the Zarya torn apart. Good counterplays here from We Are Eternal. The Symmetra now doing so much damage. That's the first tick taken, and honestly, Green Leaves were caught off guard by this. They didn't actually know how to respond this properly. And that's gonna be the first and the second ticks taken. First point now going the way of WAE, and they're like, if you guys can set a time, we're gonna set an even faster one. Photon barrier already into place, put into the center. Teleporter now has been put into play. Will it actually lead to any kills this time with the turrets? The Reinhardt going for the charge. Coalescence comes on out. Good counter shattered from Snarrow before he dies, buying some time here for the side of Green Leaves. But look at that, Blueberry holding up the beam, just getting those kills. Nana Flower and the Symmetra with a takedown onto one. Self-destruct up on top. Gets a kill onto both Serafi and Pokey. Very creative play there from Barry. How did he even get the angle in the first place? Feature strike though from Belita. Lands. Oh, perfect defense matrix there from the side of Barry. And WAE setting an even faster time. 6:35 on the time bank. And I just love that defense matrix at the end from Barry. Just shutting down any hopes and prayers from Green Leaves. So 6:33 right there. We Are Eternal is not gonna die just yet. They still have a lot of life here and wants to go for the long fight. So this might be an eternal struggle between these two teams. But anyway, Green Leaves gonna be on the attack, and you already expect what you can expect. You have your GOAT's composition. On the other hand, on the defense, you will have a Narisa. No, so Nana Flower can switch out. Oh, okay. So We Are Eternal gonna go for a full GOATs as well. So it's gonna be these two lineups just butting heads with each other. Real question is, can We Are Eternal actually out-GOATs the GOATs Master themselves? Or will this be another quick capture here by the attack? F1 gonna be on the Symmetra, and he's like, how do they even do that? How do they even like get the kills with the turrets in the first place? Very, very quick third placement there from the Brigitte. On the other hand, looks like classes in session here for the squad of We Are Eternal after the thrashing that they gave on to Green Leaves. Real question is, will this lead to any kills? This is gonna be so aggressive here from We Are Eternal. It looks like Green Leaves not really expecting it, not going to the bottom part. They drop on down. The Brigitte spots them, and there you go. There's the engagement. They swoop on in once they get the kills. So Naira getting stunned up. But Green Leaves can turn this around. There they go. The Brigitte gets taken out as well as Nano Flower. And honestly, this is already the first point taken here by the Green Leaves squad if they can get kills fast enough. We Are Eternal now already giving up the point. They know there's real no point in trying to fight 4v6. The Lucio on the other hand trying to protect test. Baxa staying alive. So close to that. Poking with the D-Mech onto Barry. First tick now has been taken. There's the retreat call already from WAE. But Barry still sticking around with the Baby Diva. They're gonna go for the contest. WAE at the last moment wants to bring the fight to them. But the positioning already here for Green Leaves has the advantage, and the ult charge as well in their favor. The Shatter is out. Gets a slam there onto the Diva. Blueberry getting blown apart by the self-destruct. In response, we have the Nana Flower with his own Shatter. Doesn't really get much, but is able to get the charge spin onto Hoshimi. Still in control of the fight, however, is Green Leaves. They're just winning out with picks left and right. The lone survivor Baxa gets felled, And here comes Hoshimi. Spawns at the nick of time. And this is so good here for Green Leaves. They literally have the spawn advantage in that fight. And they now have the rally in play. Hoshimi not going for the mass exit. This the point now under attack here by the Goat's composition. Still, it's WAE with a similar composition. Gravity Surge comes in out. Double sand barriers are there as well. In the meantime, Blueberry up on top. The Shatter gets cancelled. And this time it can be Nano Flower going for his own Shatter. Huge Shatter there. Gets 4. Puts Pokey without the mech. And there's the Zarya to the wall as well. Now they do get one tick here for the side of Green Leaves. So We Are Eternal does not come out of that fight unscathed. They have lost a tick, but a perfect Shatter there from Nano Flower in that engagement. Look at that. Just so many tanks lying down. There's the charge as well onto F1. Pokey torn apart. But in the meantime, Green Leaves now trying to regroup. Will come up from the right hand side instead. Coalescence is available, but Self-Destruct is primed here for Berry. Can't pop it at any time. Gonna fly up into the air. It's gonna land down below. Doesn't really get much. Serafi with the kill onto Blueberry. However, so no more Ana here for WAE in the meantime. Self-Destruct now coming out from the side of Green Leaves. Gets a kill onto Belitza. The Brigitte as well as the Lucian just dancing onto the point for the defense, but it's not going to be enough. Baxa gets torn apart as well as the Brigitte. Berry now just flying around once again. Gets a Bio Grenade to keep him topped up. And this is going to be a good delay here from the Diva. Finally, there's the kill. And there's a charge from Sun. No, will not be enough. Shatter comes on out. The double Gravitons are there as well, but no kills so far. Nano Flower with the counter kill onto his counterpart, but it's not gonna be enough. 3 have fallen now here for the defense. Baxa with a good stagger, and then Nano boost onto the Lucio, keeping him topped up. Perfect aim here from Blueberry. Finally, he gets focused down and taken down, but this is a lot of space made by that Ana. Nano Flower now going for the pile driver, looking for an opportunity to strike. Sandbarrier in response here from Serafi. Coalescence is out for Skyfall as well. There's the D-Mech now on to Berry. Shields are primed by Nano Flower, so no more extra health here for the Wrecking Ball. Gonna bowl on out. We have a Tracer here from the side of We Are Eternal as well. Good staggers from them. They're whittling down the time back as of late. Finally, Belita gets torn apart, and that's gonna be the capture. So solid staggers there from We Are Eternal Gaming, but this wasn't enough to actually get the full hold here. A lot of time has elapsed, a minute 54. Green Leaves would have wanted to do better in that fight, just wanted to win it out in that first push, but it looked like that WAE had other plans. Perfect Shatter there from Nano Flower to turn things around. Minute 54 isn't that much time if you think about it. On the other hand, for We Are Eternal, they have 6:33 for this next attack. It was nice to see a 2 goats composition actually take on each other, but it just wasn't enough. Why is the camera looking outside the space station? That is weird. That is a weird mirror image. But let's go outside. Is there a camera here too? Is that why there is? I haven't seen anyone actually use this part lately. The anti-gravity area. Something only on Horizon, of course, because pretty much the only map on the moon. If you look around the Horizon though, this is just such a small segment of the whole map. It's like the up part, and look how far it goes in the first place. Such a huge complex. Overrun by Gorillas, but no Winstons here for either side. Green Leaves gonna be on that defense, and we'll have to contend, of course, with the Symmetra from We Are Eternal. A right click connects already, and We Are Eternal spots out that it's gonna be Green Leaves down below. Oh, Skyfall getting torn apart immediately, and the turrets now will be on the tires. Gonna be very deadly if they start swinging. There's the latch onto Serafi. Gonna be engagement onto the background. Belita with the punch. There's gonna be the Doofus trying to get free reign. The Brigitte gets zapped up by the microwave gun, and We Are Eternal easily overrunning the first defense here from Green Leaves. Green Leaves still doesn't know how to actually deal with the Symmetra comp, and even though they went down below instead,
I'm on fire!
it was honestly to the favor of We Are Eternal. They're like, okay, we'll take the high ground, and now gonna pick Skyfall. Also a little too late to drop on down the Ana, getting caught out in a precarious situation. And now the turrets are being tossed out, and this can do a lot of damage here for the side of We Are Eternal. Good shatter there from Nanoflower. Belita able to capitalize with a punch onto Hoshimi. There's the Photon Barrier. Now Serafi just hiding onto the APC. Poki gaining D-Mech, gets taken down. Sound Barrier now from Serafi. He's gonna go for the solo contest with that Sound Barrier. Interesting to note, but he's gonna take it apart. He only gets a kill on the Sentry Turret, but that's not worth a Sound Barrier. Here comes a jump in now from F1. And Green Leaves still doesn't know how to defend against this Symmetra. Maybe they should take a page out of the previous matches and honestly run something more meta. Either go for an Orisa Junkrat maybe, but look at that, how fast that was. That was even faster than the other time. That was 58 seconds of attack, and they just won it out. On the other hand, while the Goats is pretty solid, Green Leaves has a minute 54, and if we keep going like this, We Are Eternal Gaming will just win thanks to time. As soon as Green Leaves runs out of theirs, and it's like, okay, last attack here for We Are Eternal, they're just gonna be in such a good position, put the Symmetra into play. Green Leaves though, trying to figure out if they're gonna have the same play here. F1 has been on the Symmetra for countless times in the pregame, but never has committed onto it. Maybe this time they'll actually go for it. But it still looks like they want to run the Goats comp. Yeah, there you go. F1 gonna switch on out to the Zarya. So these guys, for better or for worse, honestly very stubborn with their composition. They know that they play this well, doesn't want to, you know, go for a copycat play. Instead, Green Leaves now gonna push on in with the Goats comp up on top once again. Pretty much a similar offensive. This time though, there's no more composition in the classroom. Instead, they're gonna drop on down, try to isolate the Reinhardt. So Nairo caught inside, there's the counter charge. And when the Reinhardt isolated, he gets taken down so easily. We Are Eternal though needs to get back onto the point. Good boost in there from Barry. We also have the Fire Grenade, and this is gonna be Nanoflower with the takedown onto one. We Are Eternal now beating back the oncoming Green Leaves squad. It really goes to show that Green Leaves struggles in this map. They only know this one strategy to make work. They don't play the other defensive strategies. Pretty much just like, we're gonna run Goats in both compositions. A minute remaining here for Green Leaves in their attack. And they're gonna try to go for a similar push, but there's the Brigitte and the Reinhardt already into play. So Nairo getting the charge onto the Brigitte, but the Earth Shatter is huge. Gets an anti-heal onto 3 tanks as well. Perfect Fire Grenade there from Blueberry, but they have to back off thanks to the Coalescence. It's the Moira getting some damage done, as well as F1. So Green Leaves getting onto the point with minimal resistance. We now have the Diva Mech onto the point. Barry won't pop the self-destruct. So Green Leaves will be able to get the first capture onto this point. We'll have less than a minute into their second point attack. On the other hand, we already have the self-destruct in play here for We Are Eternal. Will this be enough, however, onto the oncoming attack from the Goats comp, as we also have a Graviton Surge in play. Skyfall now switching over to the Junkrat. Interesting, he's not gonna play the Moira, so Green Leaves forgoing all this healing for that extra amount of damage. Now here comes the engagement onto the point. Graviton Surge gets to the Brigitte and the Reinhardt. Focus fired on Shatter now comes on out from Sonara, but the self-destruct is gonna go for the D-Mech. Will knock Pokey to the side. His self-destruct doesn't really get much besides the barrier. F1 still with the takedown. 3 seconds remaining till overtime. Serafi just dancing around onto the point. In the meantime, here's Skyfall in the backline, trying to get a shot or two, but it's the Doofus with the takedown. Total mayhem there. Trying to do some damage, doesn't really get much. Pokey now being booped around, gets punched off. So Nairo swooping on by, holding the hammer, headstrong, but he's gonna fall, get stunned up. Nairo staying alive thanks to the efforts of his armor, but it's not gonna be enough still. We Are Eternal in control of this. They get the wipe, and they'll be able to hold on to the second point. And honestly, We Are Eternal is not concerned about that first point at all. They already know that Green Leaves struggles to actually deal with the oncoming attack. They just whip out the Symmetra and it works out in their favor. This will be the last round here. Either way, this might end as still as a win, lose, or draw for We Are Eternal. It was just one tick, no ticks rather, taken by Green Leaves, so they only need one tick to get the win on the second point. Nano Flower gonna be on that Reinhardt. Interesting that we have a Symmetra and a comp once again. I think Blueberry is trying to decide whether he wants the Moira or the Ana in this fight. On the other hand, finally, we have the Junkrat here from Green Leaves, but they're still gonna run a Goatsy comp. They have the Lucia Ana with the Ryan Brigitte Diva. They're not gonna run the Orisa, interestingly enough. They weren't afraid to do so in Gibraltar, so why aren't they doing it now? I feel like the Orisa is just so solid against a Symmetra player. The Fortify and the Fusion Cannons can deal with a lot of gadgets Symmetra actually does, and the Halt is always good to try and bring people together, or at the same time, they can go for the Halt and just not allow people to get on the teleporter in the first place. Green Leaves gonna go for the top defense, so Naira goes for the charge, will be able to get the takedown, and it's already a perfect kill there from Green Leaves. What they did was very creative. They knew they were gonna go for the teleporter setup, so it was Sonairo just tossing caution into the wind, able to get the charge and the takedown as they were lining up for the teleporter. So 5 minutes remaining here for the side of We Are Eternal. In the meantime, real question is, what are they gonna do this time? A Skyfall gets the stagger there on the Berry. Green Leaves now in perfect control of the point. Still a lot of time to defend with, however. And the real question is, can they keep this up? We Are Eternal doesn't really want to engage up top there because the Junkrat is out and about there for F1. They're just trying to coordinate where they're gonna go. The Symmetra doesn't really get the teleporters. It looks like they want to go across to the other side, but they're not getting the angle that they need. Gonna go up on top instead. Gonna be a rotation. It's a little late there from Green Leaves, to be honest. Bio Grenade comes on up, but F1 still staying alive. Rips out the Riptire. Wants to go for a pick or two. Skyfall with it gets taken down rather by Blueberry. Green Leaves still just running around with his Riptire. Now the Ana takes down Sue. But is it enough on this defense? 4 minutes remaining, and here comes Belita once again into the backline, trying to get some damage done. Shatter comes on out from the side of Green Leaves, putting the Lucia to the floor, as well as the Diva, with a nano boost now from Blueberry to keep Berry alive, just absolutely glowing in this fight. Self-destruct is available, the Brigitte now being woken up. We Are Eternal still in control of this fight. Oh, the self-destruct gets caught in the tires, and Nano Flower with the pickoff on the Pokey. Shatter now comes, puts 3 to the ground, and for now, We Are Eternal getting the point in their name. We see a switch out from the Symmetra actually to the Genji. It gets taken down by F1 Pete HT. But for now, Green Leaves has to concede the point. There's a snipe there onto Serafi as well. But just look at the self-destruct, what happened there. I really don't understand how the physics of the tires work. It just catches the self-destruct and it goes crazy. Doesn't really get any kills, but Nano Flower with a solid Shatter in the end. For now, We Are Eternal switching things over. We now have the dive here as well as a Doomfist in their lineup. So a very divey composition really here for the attack. On the other hand, it's Oshimi on the Sombra. We now get the nano boost onto Sanaro. He's gonna go for a swing or two. The barrier put up, Belita, hitting half up gets taken down. On the other hand, a nano boosted Winston is not one to be trifled with. He's gonna go for the shock and onto Pokey. We Are Eternal with the pickup onto the Diva. Pretty huge in that respect. But Hoshimi just being as contentious as he can. Pokey switching over to the main. Dragon Blade now comes on out. Serafi gets taken out. But the Riptire, I mean the Bear Trap there from F1 actually having a impact from the Graves. Riptire now comes on out. Will the Junkrat make it in time? No, he won't. That's gonna be We Are Eternal on the board.
Play of the game.
Play of the game going to Skyfall. The Moira just doing a lot of damage in that second round capture. But We Are Eternal just showing how well they know the map in the first place. Congratulations to them. This is a Metra. This Symmetra tactic worked for twice till Green Leaves finally is like third time is the time we learn. But still, We Are Eternal able to bring it back. I love the shatters there from the Reinhardt, from Nano Flower. Absolutely solid. Well, let's just check out the table here. Horizon Lunar Colony going the way, but we are gonna get a new map this time. It will be, I think it will be King's Row as is tradition. We'll get confirmation of that one. King's Row, of course, very strong for goats, which means very strong for Green Leaves in the first place. So yeah, there we go. King's Row will be our map number 4. We are gonna get a substitution maybe here from We Are Eternal. On the other hand, Green Leaves gonna be on that first attack once again. What do you guys expect? Green Leaves really implores this first attack from their strategies because the Goats comp very good offensively. On the other hand, let's talk about how Green Leaves struggled in that map. They played the Goats pretty decently, but just in that one, they were very scattered, especially on those second point pushes. Always just beaten back the first time by We Are Eternal. The defense, on the other hand, just not really the best thing to do in the first place. Like, what Green Leaves decided to do in their defense with the Goats versus the Symmetra comp, they were just being torn apart by the microwave turrets, just like melting the Zarya, melting the Brigitte, melting the Diva. Not really the best time for them in the first place, but it is what it is. That was around a minute and 30 for that first attack, and the second attack there was less than a minute even. Absolutely stellar play coming out from We Are Eternal. Honestly, Horizon Lunar Colony looks to be their comfort pick map. And this time we are going to be moving on to King's Row. Looks like both teams are ready to go and get underway with the game. Green Leaves though should be heavily favored in a map like this. Oh, we see a swap. We see a swap. Team names. I think the team names are kind of messed up. But yeah, it's gonna be We Are Eternal deciding to go on the attack. Team name. We need to go for a reset right there to try and fix up the lobby. So just a little error right there from the lobby end. But yeah, it's gonna be We Are Eternal on that first attack. Interesting enough, deciding to take Green Leaves' initial momentum away from them. Also, I feel that that's smart. That's a smart thing to do. Because what Green Leaves has been doing is they just get this confidence from their Goats comp, able to go for the push in. But this time, it's gonna be We Are Eternal on the attack first. Will Green Leaves actually be able to handle this in the first place? Green Leaves though with 2 points already and just needs to get the win here on King's Row to take the whole series and move on to the finals. Or will We Are Eternal Gaming get the reverse sweep in place, win here as well as the Nepal map if that needs to be played, and book another date with GEPKR? Green Leaves though gonna go for a Goats defense here on King's Row. They will have the Ana instead of the Moira, utilizing the high ground advantage of the first point to their advantage. On the other hand, We Are Eternal just being very flexible, might run the Sombra, might run the Genji, but they do have the standard Reinhardt Zarya into play. So we still see the meta here from We Are Eternal, and they're going to be as creative as they can in this attack. 10 seconds remaining and we're going to get underway with our usually penultimate map, King's Row. Will it actually give us the hype that this map always leads to? Or will this be a one-sided affair for either WAE or Green Leaves? So for now, we are Eternal getting on to the point. There's the contest already, the tree foliage in the way. But Sunairo and Nanoflower going for the swings. And Belita getting torn apart thanks to the whip shot there. Perfect fire grenade there from Skyfall, putting the anti-heal onto 2. So a quick engagement already leads to Green Leaves getting the win in the fight. But they don't come at that out unscathed. They get a big boo-boo there with a tick taken by We Are Eternal. Honestly, Green Leaves just not getting back to the point in time in the first place. Sleep Dart now connects, and Skyfall once again whipping out the masterclass Sleep Darts, what we know and expect from him. Fire Grenade comes on out, the Reinhardt really low, stays alive in that fight, but the Genji caught out of position. In the meantime, Hoshimi getting camped up. Will the Brigitte survive? No, he won't. So Green Leaves not gonna go for the rescue play. Finally come for the avenge instead. The Reinhardt taking it up, but no charge is gonna be available thanks to that bubble. And Nano Boost now goes the way of Sunairo, but he gets hacked up. This is just to save him. The Nano Boost was absolutely clutch there from the side of Skyfall. Charge now connects onto Barry, but he has a lot of energy this time. The Gravity Surge can be into play. The Dragon Blade is up as well. It looks like they're gonna wait for the Nano Boost, but the Fire Grenade as well as the Gravity Surge combination way too potent from the side of Green Leaves. And they're gonna push back We Are Eternal Gaming once again. Sometimes there are teams who honestly fantasize too much about those perfect combinations. The discipline, just way too much this time for We Are Eternal. Could have went for the Dragon play even without the Nano Boost. Could have counteracted the oncoming Graviton play, but in the end, it's still Green Leaves holding in. EMP now, there's the Graviton Surge 12. Blade comes on out. Good wipe here from the side of We Are Eternal. So far, Self-Destruct doesn't get much. Hoshimi trying to battle the angry Cyborg Ninja, but it's not gonna be enough. Skyfall staying alive, gets a Bio Grenade, but now has a Reinhardt in his face. It's gonna be a dash of his dreams and his life. We Are Eternal finally getting capture here on the first point within the 2-minute mark. 4 minutes now to move on to the second checkpoint. And this is where Green Leaves will shine with their lineup. Skyfall might switch out to the Moira. No, he won't because he has the Nano Boost available. But could switch out the Moira in the first place. With the Moira over the Ana, he can actually fight a little better in those corners. But you can still run the Ana in the first place thanks to the second floor brewery, the second floor bar area. Lots of places here for the Ana to actually strike. Speed boost now comes on out. There's the Nano Boost once again. And Sunairo and Hoshimi out in front. Counter shatter there from Nanoflower, but it's still Pokey dashing on in. Gets some kills, turns around, gets the other kill. Green Leaves now in control of this fight. Belita getting spawn camped and getting taken down. Poor Sleeping Sombra just dies in his dreams. 3 minutes remaining here for We Are Eternal to actually get on to the payload and push it to the end. The real question is, can they make it as Sunairo goes in for the charge? Nano Boost now onto the Genji. He should be able to get the blade in just a bit, just going for the melee strikes. But We Are Eternal struggling in this one. They really can't get the opening that they need to whip out the blade in the first stage. Rally now comes on out. There's the grab here from the side of WAE, but I believe it got eaten up by Pokey. So Green Leaves right now holding headstrong. They have lost Skyfall, however, so no, the Ana will take a while to actually get back into the fight, and Pokey unfortunately spots out the hacked up held back. The EMP though is available here for We Are Eternal, so they can go for the Translocate play. Look at Belita putting up the Translocate now in the backline, so they're not going to go for the dive. The Diva almost spotting out Belita. The Brigitte though in position. There's the Dragon Blade now from the side of We Are Eternal. Graviton Surge comes on out from F1, but this is going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Finally, Green Leaves getting those kills back. Good counterplay here from the Zarya. So far, so good in this fight. Able to get the takedowns once again. This is going to be Green Leaves holding strong. And we have a fire switch right now. Will Blueberry or Boxa change things out? The two supports doesn't really want to change because they still have their ultimates into play. The fire are going to be switched out instead to a Doomfist. Very, very potent in close quarters. If you can get the punch onto those walls. We Are Eternal though looking for an opportunity to strike. Sunairo getting punched. Nano Boost onto the Doomfist. Shatter comes on out. Self-Destruct is there as well. Gets rid of Barry. In the meantime, Green Leaves already with the advantage, gonna push on out. We are Eternal. These guys not looking like they've withstood the test of time. Instead, they've been hampered by the wheels of fate. Baks are now just chilling in the office building. I don't know what it's called. The clock tower base or something. Might be a chapel, to be honest. The rally now comes on out here from Hoshimi, giving some extra armor to Green Leaves, permanent plus 100 HP till they lose it in the next fight. But 3 ultimates already here for We Are Eternal. There's Defense Matrix once again, but this time it's gonna be F1 getting it out. Huge shatter as well. Graviton Surge in response from Barry, but they've lost too many members already. Honestly, a miscommunication there from We Are Eternal. Very questionable there from Barry to even whip it out. Could have waited for the EMP instead, but no, We Are Eternal will lack the grab in the next fight as even the shatter is gone. On the other hand, Green Leaves here in such a good spot into the next fight. Will have the self-destruct. If they can get a kill or two before the EMP comes on out, that'll put them in a prime position. Punch now comes out, but it's not gonna be enough. The Doomfist not really getting much. 14 seconds remaining. Can the self-destruct there get any kills onto the archway? Poor Blueberry, he gets picked apart. Future Strike doesn't get any kills, but it's a Doomfist now getting stunned up, almost gets taken down. There's the punch, not gonna be enough. Barry with a takedown onto Skyfall. Hoshimi under a lot of the rest gets taken down. Here comes the payload pushing on in. In the meantime, F1 close to the Graviton Surge, a lot of energy, but the EMP is into play. There's the focus fire, and Barry with the takedown. Exactly what they needed. They had to go for the Zarya, or else the Graviton Surge would have wiped them in that 5. Boostio now here for Baksa, getting a takedown onto Pokey. And We Are Eternal gonna push on in once again. Sound Barrier should be in play, but on the other hand, the only ready ultimate in the initial volley will be the Shatter. On the other hand, look at what the Green League squad has. They can go for the Sound Barrier as early as the fight starts, and they have the rally as well. Keep an eye out here onto F1. He wants to go for some revenge with this Graviton Surge. They're gonna go up top. Rally now being popped. And there's the shatter there from Nano Flower. Doesn't really get much. Sound Barrier in response. Graviton Surge into the bill. Self-destruct as well. Doesn't really get much as well. So Sound Barrier now from Baksa. Gonna be a shatter on to 2. This is gonna be Green Leaves taking control of this fight. Picking up 2. Sleep Guard connects onto the Diva. Fire Grenade doesn't really get the off opponents, but it does heal up his team. Green Leaves now in control of this. Leon all the way in the back line. The overtime Wicker slowly dwindling. And that's gonna be Green Leaves with the first round taken. They're able to hold the payload before the second checkpoint. So that's gonna be the marker of this game. If Green Leaves can push all the way to that second checkpoint, they're gonna be able to move on to a date in the grand finals against GEPKR. So we're gonna get a pause right here from the side as Serafi needs to go for a reconnect just in this last volley. I wonder why they asked for 3 minutes. Well, that's interesting. Why they asked for 3 minutes in the first place. Like, if I were a little more paranoid, I would say that the 3-minute pause is one that's okay. So if you pause for 3 minutes, the stream more or less catches up in a sense. Like, if you want to review something that just happened in that prior fight before like moving on, I understand like why it'd be a 3-minute pause, but this time it really looks like Serafi needs the reconnect. And at the same time, the thing is, this isn't even streamed live anyway. But anyway, that first half there from King's Row, We Are Eternal honestly struggling to actually get the defense on out against the oncoming squad there from Green Leaves. We Are Eternal struggling in getting those picks enough. Green Leaves just holding it really, really strongly on that first point, and even better on that second with the composition that they had at 3-3. Very, very potent on the corner near the bar and the bookstore, with the Ana just being plopped up here. Actually, we can get back into the game, but as I was saying, with the Ana plopped up here, and they're just defending this corner of the bookshop and the pub. The buy grenades are more or less uncontested. Pocky with perfect defense matrix positioning as well, just eating up those gravitons. But for now, we are Eternal gonna go for the dive in their last defense in this one. Can they actually make it count? That is the real question. A Sombra now gonna be skulking around for Belita as well. There's gonna be a Genji, Baksa on the Ana, and a Zenyatta here for Blueberry. So the defense for We Are Eternal, they keep the dive comp tanks to try and go for the peel if ever the support's needed. On the other hand, here for Green Leaves, will they actually run the Reaper? No, I feel like they're gonna go for the Lucia instead. They're gonna go for the full GOATS experience. Gonna be Skyfall on this Hanzo. I mean, this is something a little more classic. You run the Hanzo, not really to play it in the first place. This used to be the thing for Hanzo. You wouldn't play the Hanzo back then when it was the Scatter instead of Storm. What you do, you prime the Sonic Arrow, you launch it out somewhere you think the opponent would be, and there you go. Now you know they're there or not there. Skyfall will switch over to the Moira. There's gonna be a Lucius for Seraphie as well. In the meantime, Hoshimi getting in position with the Sombra. The two dive composition tanks just going for the defense for the time being, looking for an opportunity to go for the leap. In the meantime, Belita just wanted to scout out. There you go, there's the engagement. They come through to the hell, just cutting around. Wants to go for the point already. Hack comes on out on the Seraphie. Perfect hack right there. But the first tick now has been taken by the side of Green Leaves. Can they actually take? Second tick now taken. This needs to be contested here. And now, by We Are Eternal, Blueberry with the kill onto Pokey. That's what the dive is for. To go for the contest onto the oncoming Diva. But still, this is not bad here for Green Leaves. They can 2 ticks already. EMP now even used up by Belita. So the Sombra going for the attack, gets a takedown on the Skyfall. Oh, counter EMP here from Hoshimi. This is gonna be Green Leaves forcing things, and just way too late of a contester from We Are Eternal. The two supports just staying up on top. And Green Leaves turning a lost fight into something one. Turning absolute trash into gold instead. Green Leaves right now, 2 ultimates into this next attack. 5 minutes remaining and Green Leaves can taste their date with GEPKR. Will be a full course, a full 7 map course. Not really, it's gonna be best of 7 course rather. But the first map should be already taken by PKR thanks to the upper bracket advantage. But it's too early to call that Green Leaves will take this. We Are Eternal has proven to get out of sticky situations before. Will this be enough? Yes, it is! Nano boost onto the Genji and backs away the Bio Grenade. This time though, We Are Eternal won't whip out the blade. Unnecessary. Green Leaves, a type of squad, will just back off at the sight of all those lost members. Skyfall now switching over to the Ana. The real question is, can We Are Eternal make this count? As Green Leaves now gonna go onto the right hand side. Gets spotted out by the Genji. So We Are Eternal won't be caught off guard by this. Interesting thing to note, however, that We Are Eternal going to defend from the high ground as well. Looking at the positioning here from the defensive squad, they're gonna go for the dive, try to get that impact damage down and out. Transcendence now from Blueberry. Okay, that was a little awkward. Now, there's the shatter. So Nairo making a play, making an open. Gravity Surge is there. Nano Flower doesn't even get the Primal Rage out. And honestly, We Are Eternal. That was absolutely disappointing there from the side of the Zenyatta. Green Leaves just pushing on in already near to the end. We might see a Dragon Blade at the last moment, but We Are Eternal gonna switch over to the Wrecking Ball. The payload close to the end. There's a contest now from Belita, but won't be enough. There's a jump on in. The Winston getting the contest. Nano Flower being focused out. Gets the Primal Rage on out. There's the pile driver there from Barry, but won't be enough. He's the one who's gonna squish apart, hack into a shatter. The payload close to the end. EMP comes on out. No Dragon Blade. And that's the series. Green Leaves takes the win 2-1. And that's gonna be the series itself 3-1.
Play of the game.
Play of the game going to the Genji, but an extremely anticlimactic ending. Very questionable decision there from Blueberry. Even he was caught out by the opposing squad, or maybe just fat fingered the trance. Still absolutely unfortunate there, and that will be the end of our series. Green Leaves moving on to that finals against GEPKR. And looking at the bracket right there, this is gonna be a rematch between Pantheon Korea and Green Leaves, and the last time these two teams fought, it was a 3-2. So maybe, just maybe, we will go on to a map 6. Looking at the table, however, this is the results. Lijiang Tower and Gibraltar both taken by Green Leaves. Horizon Lunar Colony, once again, a absolute struggle there for Green Leaves, being seeded over to We Are Eternal, but King's Row, just the perfect pick for them, winning it out 3-2-1. So that's gonna be it for our Green Leaves versus We Are Eternal gaming series. What started off great, kind of floundered a little bit in that last defense. Could have been better there from We Are Eternal, but they're gonna go home pretty happy by moving on to the Contenders Trials, and absolutely solid play, going on with 3rd place. So congratulations there to We Are Eternal. 4th place goes to GXG. It's already been confirmed. And I'll see you guys in the next one between Pantheon Korea and Green Leaves. That's gonna be out in just a bit. Stick around, we'll be back.